Hi guys, I'm Doz and this is the DBG channel. We need to talk about rats. I know a lot of people have been plagued by them throughout the year. If you're one of those unfortunate people, trust me, it's only going to get worse over the coming winter. If you haven't been plagued by them and you live in either a rural or indeed an urban, but still safe to use an air rifle kind of environment, you are going to experience a rat problem at some point this year, particularly if you've got any type of food source in your garden, like if you're feeding the birds or anything like that, or you're on small holding with chickens, any other type of livestock. One of the best ways to control rats, personally I'm not a fan of poison at all, is by shooting. Obviously I have a vested interest in that, and if you're watching that you're probably already leaning towards that as a solution to the problem yourself. The one thing that I would like to get right out there, right at the front, is the disclaimer that although people view rats as some of the worst type of vermin, they are still absolutely worthy of respect. They're living creatures, and you should not, absolutely should not, be attempting to take on any type of shooting unless you can do so humanely. What that means is, whatever range you can group every single one of your pellets under a 5 pence, regardless of conditions, is your maximum hunting range. It is your obligation to know your rifle combination well enough that you can aim off as you need to at whatever range up to that range. Again, every single pellet under a 5p. That is the humane requirement for hunting. Rant over, preaching done. Let's look at a couple of really cost-effective combos that you can get from us that will enable you to do the rat control you need with the accuracy that is an absolute requirement. First of all, we'll have a look at one of my perennial favourites, the Remington Express. The Remington Express has been around for a number of years. It is very popular, it's widely well reviewed and comes in a number of guises. There are a few issues with supply of the Sabre and the Sabre Thumbhole at the moment, and some of the woodstock versions of the Express are also in short supply. However, I do have good supplies of the synthetic stocked version, which, as it happens, lends itself really well to ratting, being extra sort of rough and tough. Okay, let's have a quick look at the gun. I actually think these are a really nice looking rifle. The synthetic stock is nice and solid. It feels, I think, if anything, the pistol grip shape is better than the woodstock version. It feels really nice in the hand. The action on these rifles is surprisingly good. They run at full legal limit power and they are very accurate. They're certainly well up to the job of vermin control at typical rat shooting ranges. Now, these are available in 2.2 and 1.77. They come equipped with the day glow open sights. Open sights can be a really good thing for ratting as long as you've got the lighting conditions to use them, because they enable really fast target acquisition, and at the sort of 10 to 15 yards max that you're likely to be shooting rats at, they are perfectly accurate enough. Remember that magic 5p. These are perfectly capable of doing that. And they come in 1.77, 2.2, as I say, freely available at the moment, and you get all of that and a 4x32 starter scope in 2-piece mounts for a bargain £159.95. Yep, you said that right, under 160 quid. Being a spring gun, obviously you have no further issues to worry about when it comes to charging. It's a completely standalone item. The only thing you have to add with this, obviously, is pellets. So that is one option. The other one I want to look at today is another one of my personal favourites, the SNK QB. It's been sold under a number of brands. It's the same rifle. It's the QB and XS78. What you're looking at here is a single shot bolt action CO2 rifle. It takes two 12-gram capsules. The deluxe version, this one, the QB, comes with open sights with fibre optic elements on them, like the ones on the Remington Express, and they do make target acquisition, particularly in low light conditions, a little bit easier. These don't come with any type of telescopic sight, but these fibre optic open sights are plenty good enough to get the job done. and you can, well, I certainly can, out to 15 yards anyway, I can get every single shot under 5p with one of these. These come in 177 and 2.2. For rat shooting, I would always recommend 2.2. It has a little bit more stopping power, and certainly at a very short range, like sort of 10 yards, I'd probably look at flatheads as well for the extra impact. The rats can be tough little critters, but if you hit them in head, in under that 5p sized group, they are definitely going down. It's going to be a lights out moment. These deluxe ones like this have, in addition to the fibre optic open sights, they've got the gold bolt, gold trigger, just really nicely made, fantastic quality, not a bit of plastic on them. And as I say, they run on the two 12-gram capsules that, depending where you get them from, are sort of 50p to £1 each, and they will get you 60 to 70 shots at around about 9.5 to 10 foot-pound, which is perfectly adequate. In fact, it's almost ideal for rat shooting. These come in at £239.95, although stocks of the QB version are a little bit limited at the moment. The standard version, the XS78, is frankly even more of a bargain. The only difference, well, the main differences are the bolt and trigger are blued steel rather than with a little bling gold coating, and the open sights are standard iron sights rather than fibre optics, but still adjustable. And that is an absolute bargain at £199.95. They are super accurate, and one of the advantages they have over the Express that we looked at earlier is being a CO2 gun. They are recoilless, so if you want to rest them on a tripod or a window ledge or whatever it is in your environment that you're shooting from that is suitable to do so, you won't get them bouncing on recoil. Obviously, with the spring piston powered air guns, there is a degree of recoil to master. Hopefully this has been of use to you, and we can help you out with your rat infestation problems in a humane way in the not too distant future. Thanks for watching.